She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion, and holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hand. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima, and she is the self within me. This is the Dhyana Shloka from Lalita Sahasranama. Let us understand who is Devi Parashakti. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the source, source Shakti, source energy, source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are even in now, in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Parashakti herself, describing herself, raising in Omkara, expressing as the Vedas Nagamas, blossomed as Reemkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in the 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is the Kailasa Tripura Chintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva and Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi. As Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbhasvarupini, Brahmandayoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi continues on, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Ichcha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the 6 chakras, filled as the Gotras of the 7 Rishis, expanding as the 8 directions, existing as the 9 Grahas, blossoming as the 10 Indriyas, being as the 11 Rudras, creating all the world, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. So how can we receive Devi Parashakti in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own words? Literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen, so always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch the Devi Darshan, and the coin is considered to be the traditional dakshina. In the Hindu tradition, it can be even the lowest value. In India, it can be even 1 paise. It can be even 1 cent in the US. I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent. It is okay. So for 100 days, if you have the darshan, it will add up to $1 in India. Even 1 paise is okay. Offer that to Devi, and after the darshan is over, do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send them to the LA temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to this powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. So this is how you can set up your tambulam with 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin. You can put that on a plate and offer that to Devi every time you have darshan, and keep that in front of your screen, and you can be rest assured that your your connection with Devi Parashakti, with Swamiji, will just grow with this very small sentiment. So now we will be concluding this portion of this program, and we'll be entering into the next segment. As all of us know, Devi has been continuously guiding many sacred secrets and profound truths. And today we will be looking at some of those revelations by Devi Parashakti and understanding how we can apply them in our own lives to protect us and to guide us through this pandemic. So today, let us look at the 8 steps to protect yourself from COVID-19 as revealed by Devi Parashakti. So we'll be going into the next segment where we will understand what Devi has revealed about the 8 methods to protect yourself from COVID-19. Yeah. So first, let us understand the compassion of the avatar. In the Guru Padaka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padakas, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, Adi Shankaracharya explains, salutations to the candles of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with a sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. And it is at this time the Cosmic Mother has come down to reveal and to relieve the suffering of humanity. Out of his deepest compassion, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incarnation of the cosmic consciousness, has taken, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through this pralaya, the cosmic deluge. Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, revealing our manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as a humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars, which have not surfaced to common knowledge as yet. So let us look at some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti about COVID-19, how to protect yourself from COVID-19. Let us first watch the video of Devi's revelation.
Parashakti Meenakshi. Meenakshi. Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதை செய்திட நன்மையை சொல்லிட தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் ஒன்று, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் என் மகமாரி வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6, நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7, பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மரபு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். 8இல் 1 செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது பரஷோடசி மீனாட்சி ஈஸ்வரி மீனாட்சி.
So Devi revealed that, oh humans, don't be scared of the deadly infection corona. Through these 8 ways: 1, praying and meditating on me; 2, surrendering to me through social media; 3, wherever I'm residing, worshiping me by doing the fire walking; 4, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on me every day; 5, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss; 6, doing the Ajaba Ajaba of the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva; and 7, with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels and going to sleep; 8, being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting, in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as Aham, Aham, in the state of Ananda Spurana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways, they will not have the effect of corona. They don't have fear and delusion of corona. You will live with prosperity, with wisdom and fortune, me with you, you as me as you. You will live good life, even if you do one of these 8 ways. I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, O people. Be blissful. In the above revelations, Devi Parashakti has revealed the 8 methods to protect all of humanity from COVID-19. We are now going to look at some of the benefits and the science behind each of these methods that Devi has revealed. The first method that Devi revealed was praying and meditating on me, Devi Parashakti. So a study conducted by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has shown how meditation has a direct impact on our physical health as well as our mental health. And another study by the Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during times of crisis, such as COVID-19. And the avatar himself.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that. Because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, radioactive dye, which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right there. Right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that right here? So what's interesting was, I've never seen that before in my life, so the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a it's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure. If you eat, the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
Yes. Now that we've understood about meditation, let us understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed about. Let us understand what Swamiji has revealed about prayer and how it is the best stress buster. Let us watch the next video now.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, It is Nitya Puja, Puja that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja. Relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. Is a piece of God. Literally.
Let us look at the next method, which is surrendering to Devi Parashakti through social media. And during the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends to us individually through our prayers and showers us with blessings and boons. Let us now see how we can connect to Devi Parashakti through social media. So the first method is to connect with Devi on Facebook, on YouTube. So you can go ahead and join as a member of the Kailasas HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And once you've joined as a member, you can ask your questions during the live Parashakti Akashic reading. The next method is to connect with Devi via Facebook. So you can like and follow Kailasas HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, and you can also ask your questions under the live video during the Parashakti Akashic reading. And next, you can follow @Nithyananda on Twitter and ask your questions in the reply to the tweet with #AskTheAvatar. And the next way is to connect with Devi via Instagram. You can follow @Nithyananda on Instagram. And you can ask your questions in the comment section of the photo. And lastly, you can connect with Devi through WhatsApp. So you can visit kailasa.org and you can ask your questions in the WhatsApp chat box that pops up. And all of these methods are simple methods to connect with Devi and have your questions answered by Devi Parashakti directly. So now let us look at Devi Parashakti blessing people and understand how we too can receive these blessings.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி, ஓம் சக்தி. Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை.
Yes, so let's see the next method to protect yourself from COVID-19. Devi reveals, wherever I'm residing, worshipping me by doing the fire walking. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed that fire walking is an alchemy process. In the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself, our rishis and munis have been adepts and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe in every field. So all the vratams, the pujas, the spiritual techniques, the religious rituals, anything they designed is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you at all because that fire walking time, the small blisters you get, just shoots up your whole immunity. That power, the power to protect yourself from any virus or any problem. It's actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this season. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism continues on, especially that is done very traditionally, systematically. If you had even small blisters, or even if you did not have any blisters, you are protected already from corona problems. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you. Don't worry. It is a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's an 11 feet length, the burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk, with the traditional powerful music, which activates your limb system, that mukulam, we call it, in the back of the neck. This music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck, and your whole detox system will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that, you will walk on fire. You will first awaken, trigger the detox system, and then walk on fire in the 11 feet fire pit. And if you do for one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamadiam and do the fire walking, and that's it. It is like a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamadi and do the Pachipatni Vratam and do this traditional fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic. No bad side effect vaccination is the Hindu fire walking. So let us understand the science behind fire walking as revealed by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism.
All these transmutation processes means balancing the system and awakening the whole consciousness to your whole body is what I call transmutation processes. Some parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet. Because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for the complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality, to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of firewalking.
Now that we've understood the science behind fire walking, let us now watch the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself doing the fire walking in the sacred city of Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace
காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் வணங்கிடும் ஆதியும் நீயே ஜோதிமலையிலே அவதரித்தாயே அவனியை பேணும் நீயே அக்னி வடிவிலே அருள் புரிந்தாயே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி கருமங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி
So let us understand the science behind firewalking as per modern science. A study conducted by the U.S. National Study of Medicine's the National Institute of Health regarding the various effects and benefits of firewalking shows that firewalking actually increases the levels of happiness and lowers fatigue levels in people who participated in firewalking compared to those who did not participate in firewalking. The next method is revealed by Devi Parashakti to protect yourself from COVID-19 is applying turmeric on the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on Devi Parashakti. Let us understand the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself.
Bididi. It is not, I am not talking from air, I am talking from ground. In Bididi, before we came to that land, 30 borewells were dug, no water. Now, from the day we came till now, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably in that very land. It's only pouring, pouring Karumari's grace. Wherever we started ashram, nature completely cooperates because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter neem juice every morning. The problem will be solved. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, even if you don't talk to people, you release that kind of vibes. Take Haritaki. You will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice. You release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies turmeric powder and takes bath, is equivalent to Mahamai. That neem paste and turmeric powder. If a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamai. She is embodiment of Karumari because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. I sincerely recommend people start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, haritaki and basma for male body. Understand your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Ajapa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Blessings to all of you. Start manifesting powers now.
Yes. And now that we've understood the benefits of neem, just let us look at turmeric. Turmeric, of course, is known traditionally for its anti-inflammatory effects in Hindu medicine, but turmeric has also been shown in the last few decades to be a potent immunomodulator agent that can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells, which are all various immune cells. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines. And this research published in the US National Center for Biotechnology Information shows that turmeric can modulate the activation of various immune cells, as well as enhance the body's antibody response, which will ultimately strengthen your immunity. So with a strengthened immune system, you will be more likely to stay healthy and be able to maintain an active lifestyle. And neem can also help you in fighting against coronavirus, according to an India.com article. And turmeric and neem are effective against coronavirus, according to a KGMU study. The next method Devi Parashakti has revealed is with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels and going to sleep. Yes, we can go back to the previous slide, please. We can go back to the previous slide. being in the state of unclutching. Sorry, we can go back to the previous slide. We can look at
The brain is the organ which controls our whole physical being. Once our brain has been imbalanced, it will then transmit that imbalance throughout the whole body. Thought forms are pure energy that have the ability to influence people and everyday events in life. According to science, our brains generate an electromagnetic field which may be measured by such instruments as an encephalograph. This electromagnetic field is generated by the brain every time we think, and as our mind is never still, we may be compared to perpetual power generators. Fear produces nervous disorders. Anger produces headaches and violence. Confused thoughts produce congestion and ill health. Depression causes cancer, tumors, mental diseases, and lowering of the immune system, causing death through own willpower. Our thoughts generate intricate energy patterns which can be detected by sensitive equipment and seen by clairvoyant individuals. These energy patterns are known as thought forms. Surprisingly, thought forms are shaped by the thoughts themselves. Each of us creates hundreds of thought forms every hour and release them into the environment. Although we cannot see them, the thought forms have as real an existence as any other form of energy. Most people can sense others' thought forms, and a continuous energetic exchange happens between people, about which we are usually unaware. This also explains why we sometimes take a sudden liking or dislike to a certain person directly on meeting them. We just catch their vibes. Unclutching is a guide for equanimity and enlightenment. Thoughts are like bubbles in a fish tank. Just as bubbles in a fish tank rise from the bottom, our thoughts are in the same manner. When one bubble comes and reaches the surface of the water, the next bubble starts and the third bubble starts. Because the bubbles are rising at high speed, they look like a continuous stream. But our mind is not a continuous stream. There is always a gap between two thoughts. Like the bubbles, we also experience a neutral space between two thoughts. This neutral space between two thoughts is our original state, the pure silence. It is a state of pure consciousness, the state of God. Since the gap or the neutral space between two thoughts is too small, we think all thoughts are connected and form a shaft. But there is always a gap between two thoughts. In the forest of northern India, the hunters trap the birds using a trap. They tie a rope between two trees. The rope is the shaft that we create by connecting two thoughts. In the middle of the rope, they secure a wooden stick. The stick is our mind. The rope is tied at the midpoint of the stick. When a bird comes and sits on the stick, the bird's own weight turns the whole stick upside down. It turns topsy-turvy. The moment it turns upside down and loses its sense of balance, it feels totally shaken and tightens its grip on the stick. It simply holds onto the stick as if its life depends on it. Similarly, we connect thoughts and form a shaft out of it and live in the fear that if we drop our mind, we might be lost. We might lose our identity. Because it is hanging upside down, it thinks, if I unclutch from this stick, I will fall and die. Is similar to the fear that if we start trusting that we are unconnected, unclutched, independent and illogical thoughts, we might be lost. If the bird lets go and relaxes, it may flutter to balance for a moment or two. When it leaves the stick, maybe for a few seconds, it will fall, but then it will adjust itself and start flying. In the same way, we hold on to whatever we think is our identity and security, our education, our mind, our life, our relationships, or our bank balance, ultimately comes to remove the stick that is our identity. Just like the bird, we don't realize that if we drop our mind, at that moment we can become a Paramahamsa. That very moment we can be liberated. In Mundaka Upanishad, there is a story which explains there is a huge tall tree, and in the tallest branch of the tree, there is a golden bird sitting unclutched from everything in bliss, like Dakshinamurti. In the lower level branch, there is a small bird which jumps from here and there to various branches eating fruits. When it eats a bitter fruit, it feels bad. Whenever she eats the bitter fruit, she sees the bird which is looking above silently like Dakshinamurti and feels why I should not be like that bird. But unfortunately, when the same bird, when it eats tasty fruit, it forgets the bird sitting above it. In the same way, she keeps battling between branches, eating bitter and tasty fruits again and again. One day, as a small bird flies up higher, and as it reaches near the golden bird, it realized that he and she are the same. There is no difference between them both and realizes her original state. The small bird realizes that she also can be in the same state of the golden bird and become a Paramahamsa. This moment, trust yourself. Don't bother about losing your identity. Just trust yourself and let go of your identity. You will meet your Paramahamsa and be liberated. All you need to do is to trust that you're unclutched. Dropping the conclusions you can't be transformed is unclutching.
Yes. And now that you've understood the science behind unclutching, when you get a few moments in your day, you can take a few minutes to experience this state of unclutching. So you can sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Have your eyes closed. Intensely chant the Mahavakya. Do not engage with any thoughts or emotions. Purely let the space of unclutching manifest in you. Chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And when you get a moment, you can spend some time to do this and experience this next method. And the next method revealed by Devi Parashakti is to do Ajaba Ajaba, the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So a study has been conducted by the U.S. National Library of Medicine on the benefits of chanting, and it clearly establishes how doing the Ajaba Ajaba, the chanting, has a direct and positive benefit for the physical health and the mental well-being. And this study correlates this chanting of the Ajaba Ajaba to the vagus nerve stimulation, which is used as a treatment for depression and epilepsy. And here's more of that study. And another study conducted by Dr. Masaru Emoto establishes how human intentions, words, or thoughts can change the molecular structural formation in water. This interesting research clearly depicts that when water is being exposed to positive sound vibrations, the molecular formation in the water changes to a pleasant formation, whereas any negative sound vibration or words can disfigure or distort the water molecular formation. And here you can see the pictorial depictions of how water responds when words like compassion, thank you, wisdom are used on water. You can see the beautiful snowflake-like structures that form. And when words like I will kill you, you fool, and heavy metal music is played to water, you can see how the water molecule becomes disintegrated, disformed, and disfigured. So you can imagine what happens inside of your body, which is composed of 60% water, when you chant the Ajaba Ajaba, the chanting of the powerful sacred mantra. If you would like to take some time to either practice the unclutching or do the Ajaba Ajaba, you can become a part of the Global Unclutching Initiative and sign up your minutes for peace at kailasa.tv/minutes for. Yes. So the next method is state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as aham aham in the Ananda Spurana. So just being in a state of constant remembrance of the divine and constantly meditating, being in the remembrance of Devi Parashakti, in the space where you are beyond any remembrance or forgetting. In this space, you will just be protected from COVID-19. So as Devi revealed, all of these methods are independently powerful enough to protect you from COVID-19. They are all independently powerful enough to completely keep you safe during this time. So you can use any of these methods to protect yourself from COVID-19. So the first method that Devi Parashakti actually revealed is that you can pray and meditate upon Devi to protect yourself from COVID-19. And one of the easiest ways to pray to Devi is just offering your gratitude to Devi Parashakti. So in this next segment, we will understand how we can offer our gratitude to Devi. So we'll be right back in entering into this next segment after a very quick break.
Nithyananda. Welcome back to this segment where we'll be learning more about the traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti. Yes, we apologize for the technical. Again, let's start with this segment where we'll be looking at the various offerings we can make to Devi Parashakti, the traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti as we get ready to receive her darshan and blessings today. In the Hindu tradition, to the divine are a pure gift of love, devotion, and oneness as we celebrate the meeting with the divine, darshan with the divine. And these offerings are not made out of fear and greed. And when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Grand Leela played out only for the purpose of enlightenment. So now, as we get ready with the traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti and prepare to receive her darshan, let us contemplate on this, the form and splendor, the beauty and splendor of Devi Parashakti as described in the Dhyana Shloka. And this verse from the Mula Agama Manonmani Dhyana describes Devi Parashakti. Indunibhaveda Karavanninayanam Syat Pankajavarapaja Japakshara Sarayuktam Angahimabhushana Vichitravasanam Syat Tungamakutojvala Manonmani Swarupam. Translation of this verse. It says, moon-like face holding the Veda books on hand, fire in eyes, with lotus flower gracing in blessing hands, and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And another verse from the Mula describe